Welcome students in this lecture, and today I'll be discussing with you something about open educational resources, that is known as OER. These are the topics which I am supposed to discuss with you in today's lecture. Open educational resources, what are OERs, a brief history about open educational resources, goals and applications, and I will give you some examples of very famous OERs which are available and which can help you in enhancing your educational skills. What are the impacts and limitations of OER? And finally, we will be discussing roles of OER in higher education. And we will again see some very good examples of OER like spoken tutorial, virtual labs, SWAYAM, and we will see what are the recent trends of IT and what are the role of IT you can say in OER. So first of all, we will start what is OER. OER are teaching and learning and research materials that are available in the public domain or have an open license. They can be textbook, course materials, modules, streaming videos, tests, softwares, and more. OER are often shared under Creative Commons license, which specifies how they can be used. They are characterized by 5 R's. Means you can retain it, reuse it, revise it, remix it, or redistribute these contents. The OER are free and publicly available teaching and learning materials that can be used, shared, and adopted in digital environment. OER can be found in the public domain or released under an open license that allows others to use and repurpose it. Benefits of OER includes that they are flexible in the sense, OER are flexible in the sense that these can be adapted to suit your needs. They are often used in zero textbook cost, that is known as ZTC courses. Open educational resources include the Open Educational Consortium, which include 250 universities, the Multimedia Educational Resource for Learning and Online Teaching, which provides access to more than 56,000 resources, OER Commons, which has around 50,000 OERs. After knowing about OER, we will have a brief look on the history of OER. The history of open educational resources can be traced back to the late 20th century and linked to the rise of open and distance learning, that is ODL. The term OER was first coined in 2002 at UNESCO Forum, and the movement gained momentum after the MIT's Open Courseware project launched in 2002. The OER movement is driven by the idea of democratizing education and removing barriers to access. Some key milestones in the history of OER are: in 1994, Wayne Hodgins coined the term learning object, which popularized the idea that digital materials could be easily reused for teaching and learning. In 1999, OERs are introduced to help students save money and to share and replicate knowledge. In 2001, the MIT Open Courseware project announced that it will put MIT's entire course catalog online. In 2002, the term Open Educational Resources is coined at UNESCO Forum. In 2012, the first World OER Congress is held in Paris, bringing together UNESCO, COL, and other partners. The distinctive feature of OER is their open copyright license, which promotes the 4R, sometimes 5Rs. 1R is to retain activities like revising, remixing, reusing, and redistributing. We will discuss all these R's one by one. So first is revising. Revising is one of the ways to adopt open educational resources to suit your needs. Revising OER involves making changes to the content, such as editing the tone, removing or reordering the selections, or translating the language. Revising OER allows you to tailor the content to suit your specific need, such as your teaching and learning style or context. It also helps to keep course contents up to date. Another R is for remixing. The purpose of adapting, reorganizing, and combining existing resources to create something new. Adding new content. You can add new examples, assessments, videos, or other materials. Rearranging contents. You can reorder the content or the text so that it suits the structure of your requirement. Localizing content. You can adapt the content to suit a specific local or grade level. You can update references in the resources. You can swap out example for one that are more relevant to your context. You can add your own commentary or narrative to existing resources. Third one is reusing. Using content in its original format or adapting and resharing it. We can use the content in a variety of ways, such as in a class, study group, or on a website. We can download a resource, edit it, and then repost it as a remixed work. OER are teaching and learning materials that are free to use and reuse without asking for permission. They can include textbooks, lecture slides, podcasts, online courses, videos, and quizzes. OER are often under Creative Commons or GNU license that specifies how the material can be used, reused, adapted, and shared. To ensure you stay legal when using content, you can only reuse licensed content, follow the terms of the license, and cite the content you use. Last one is redistributing, or fourth R is redistributing. People can share OER with other in their original or modified form. For example, you can send a digital article to a colleagues by email. After discussing the characteristics and definition of OER, we will be discussing very briefly something about its history. The open source community's influence. The open education movement was inspired by the open source community, which focuses on making information more accessible through free, open content. The goal of equal access. The goal of OER is to equalize access to knowledge for all people, regardless of their circumstances and locations. The cost of textbooks. The rise of OER is directly correlated to the increase in the cost of college textbooks. Dear students, now we will have some discussion on the goals of OER. So, what are the goals of the OER? It increases the access to education. OER can help more people access education. It supports for equitable learning. OER can help promote equitable learning and social justice. OER can help spread knowledge globally. OER can help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals known as SDG, which include goals for quality education, gender equality, and reduced inequalities. OER can help make education more affordable for the students, because most of the time they are open educational resources available free of cost, so anybody can use it. OER can help generate innovations through collaboration. OER can help improve the quality of education. After knowing all these things about the goals of the OER, we will discuss some prominent applications of OER. OER can be beneficial in various circumstances. It allows for reuse. So, one of the major application of the OER is that it can be reused, repurposed, and again shared for spreading the knowledge. So, OER are licensed to allow sharing of content. So, you don't need to contact the author for permission to reuse or to use their work. It can be customized. OER can be revised and remixed to meet specific teaching requirements. OER can help instructor involve students in creation of learning materials, moving beyond lecture and text.